when science fails you.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Protection against malevolence and trickery.
Good evening, Mr.
It's far.
Tobias Whitaker, confess why you burnt those people alive.
I have done what no one was.
You are just another heartless.
No! No. The only way to contain the spread is to strike at the source itself. The proliferating sick.
You're not the savior of...
I take no pleasure.
Why did you send Samuel to the cemetery?
I sent him on a vision. A dream of...
A laughing queen dressed...
This epidemic is her feast. The end.
But who is she?
She is the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. She is Babylon, drunk on the blood of the saints.
Why did you send... You sent a man...
Soon the time will
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town?
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is
Do you think things will ever change?
I believe the situation can only improve.
What is a journalist doing in this borough?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform...
So you risk your...
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
That's quite...
Not at all, sir.
Why are there...
There's a war... Sir.
Have you any idea of the...
I've had to run...
That science... I heard you're investigating.
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of...
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved with unsavory activities.
Ah, could it be Dorothy Crane?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby.
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't...
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet...
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find...
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
I don't... He never...
No,
really?
He...
Goodbye, Mr. Hello again, miss. Very well. Goodbye, then. Hello again, miss. Very well. Goodbye, then.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
Good evening.
And good evening.
May I ask you a few... I'm looking for
Dorothy.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I'm
Not interested in your...
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Did you know the mute florist is a member of a secret...
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery.
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be.
I fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Nethercott.
Guilty as...
I'll leave you alone.
Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Good evening, Christina. Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe—
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good houses in the West End.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
I must reveal.
Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
It's locked.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir? I know you fought for your country when it...
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my home.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian...
It is not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. And
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darian?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country, and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really?
Do you have it?
Who knows? I have abandoned my people for so...
This war won't last.
No. I have taught strength and determination to my sons and daughters. I'm an old, dying man who only has
Don't...
it.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Who is she, really? Do you know where she's from?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her favorite flower.
You say she has no close family?
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly follows her around like a lost puppy. A good man for sure, but a very poor writer.
Are you not worried for her?
She is as brave as she is tough. And
are you in love with Camellia, Mr. Petrescu?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger, we could have won our revolution.
So Dorothy's...
Like myself.
She seems important.
More than you can imagine.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu. Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on in. Yes?
Do you need some help, Mr. Petrescu?
I am very tired, but that is all. I don't need you, Doctor.
Well, I think you do. Take this, and you'll feel better.
Free drugs from an English doctor? It must be my lucky day.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
I need help! He's going into convulsions, Doctor!
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Don't question me, nurse. I need a drain. Now.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along?
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Don't question me, nurse. I need a drain. Now.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor. We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Yes, I know. You are true to your reputation, Dr. Reed. Dedicated and precise. No one could have done more.
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
You're here to test my bedside manners. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
It's an H! Over there! There's one of them vermin! It's one of them! He's being bitten! He's dead!
when science fails you. This elixir.
It's locked. How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Goodbye, young man.
When science fails you, this... Good evening, my dear colleague.
You look ill, Miss Swanborough. I wonder if your concoction will do the trick.
I'm perfectly fine, thanks to my miraculous elixir. You, on the other hand, look pale and tired, Doctor.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk again. Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
I will see you later. A gun, alcohol, and a... bad temper make a terrible cocktail. Good evening, Mr. Petrescu. What are you doing here?
I could ask you...
Goodbye, Mr.
You are blinded by your false faith!
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught during my investigation.
If you persist in investigating the most
Thank you.
Goodbye, Mr. Duff. Good evening, Mr. Nethercott.
And
do you need medical attention, sir?
it may be wise to let
I understand.
the nutrition...
I'll leave you alone, sir.
are blinded by your fault.
Good evening, Mr.
His father would.
I have found...
I already...
Yes.
Samuel.
I have heard enough.
It's on to us! Ain't see them fancy clothes? This one's a top!
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Kill him, boy! it, boys!
That's what you do with leeches.
Crush the leech, boys!
Don't like burning, does it?
Good evening, sir.
I don't know.
I see.
I'm up.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it? You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
How?
I was work.
Tell me more about the death of your... What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm...
How are your children?
They were smaller then.
Are you...
Well...
I won't lie.
Are you sure you don't...
In other Tell me about the...
Strickland...
What do you mean?
I often...
Tell me about...
I'm just a...
I was more...
I'm a...
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick. Good evening.
No.
Really?
I don't...
Yeah. Could you...
More...
I have to go.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
This is no time for self-pity. It is the last thing I need.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
You killed him. He trusted you. And you killed him.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
We are vampires. We live by leeching the blood from weaker prey. We are Darwin's next chapter. His cynical and perhaps ultimate expression.
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your black...
I see.
The case...
So who...
My lady...
Thank... If you have an...
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I...
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
Why does
Dr. Swan...
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London Vampire Society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
And no one...
As you...
Why did you save me?
I could hardly...
What type of vampire is a Skull?
Not a true...
William...
No, just...
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Are you an Ekon?
Yes, I am. We are the closest...
I don't...
That is...
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake?
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just...
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one.
How could this cause a...
Only the power...
Excuse my forwardness, but...
Me?
When I awoke...
Though I can't...
One...
They have... More... Yeah.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like...
Vampire pod...
I bid you... I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient. Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening.
Goodbye. Good evening, Milton.
Good evening.
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm afraid I do. Like it.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton.
That's easy.
Goodbye, Milton. Good. Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
Really?
Goodbye for now.
Sweet girl. Reads me like a book.
Good evening, Mr.
I'm okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
You are not a burden.
And you have my...
Good
evening, sir. Doctor.
I will not let you down, Mom.
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this?
Despite what you...
Well, at least...
Goodbye. Good evening, sir.
Reed,
does my...
Let us...
It seems... We cannot... I don't... And what? Be careful. This is ridiculous.
You see?
If you...
Doctors...
I know... There is no need for such...
That is one point we could agree on. And that is...
Tell me, Waverley, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about...
Harvey Fiddy...
And are you...
Rival...
Why... Other people may say that's too conservative.
Conservative...
Since you're...
Let's just...
Carelessness.
We're here...
I don't... Thank you for your time. We'll talk later. Good evening.
Good evening.
Do you need medical help yourself, nurse?
I'm afraid I've contracted...
Not under my watch.
Thank you.
Good. Good evening, sir.
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of...
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just want...
You were an officer, weren't you?
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here.
Aren't you afraid?
She's quite harmless.
So do you let...
And why?
She could...
And it's an...
You do realize...
In her mad...
How is yours?
Oh, it's the...
How is yours?
Oh, it's...
Can I...
It's the...
Who is treating you?
No, but...
You don't see... Can I do anything for your...
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Good
evening, Doc.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
Not really. I think I caught something in this bloody hospital. I swear I'm dead, yet smiling and...
As long as you remain here, I will make sure...
Don't think you can do much about it. Damage is done.
Goodbye for now. Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing...
Then you are...
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention.
Thank you for your time. Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I've just looked at the blood.
I see.
This disease spreads and looks like the
This is...
Yeah,
you mean...
There's a lot we're not seeing here. But it is spreading, and...
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity...
What on earth?
Why, you...
And why not? What did Stoker say about the Children of the Night? Well, using my blood, I could create a whole army of vampires.
Surely you're joking.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear. Good evening, Nurse Granie.
Good evening, Doc.
Do you require medical assistance, Nurse?
I will be fine.
No. Good.
Hey, Doc.
You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care.
This place is full of shit.
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating...
Don't play...
I'll leave you for now. Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doc.
Goodbye. Good evening, Milton.
Good.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody...
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Elite! Elite!
Despicable.
Doesn't like fire, does it? That leech!
can't believe I'm doing this. I have this thirst for blood. It's locked, all right.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with the fever.
The pain. It's here again.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that Callaghan fellow.
At least that mistress of the dark stop following.
Not of my own life.
Let's pin him down!
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
Are you all right, Miss Shun?
My name is Xiao Shun. This is the proper way to address someone in my country.
I do...
Yes.
How do you feel? I will see you later. Have you... You...
What?
To be honest, I don't...
You sound...
Let's just say...
Please accept...
You should go home now.
No, not yet. I miss my dear Matthew so much, and I can't forget...
Are you on your own?
I have family and friends, but I need to be here alone.
You should not be by...
Thank you for your sincere words, Dr. Reed. I sense you trying to help me, even if I don't quite
Tell me how your husband died, Xiao Shun.
Matthew died of the Spanish flu, like so many others. It's a mundane cause of death these days, but for me it meant the end of the world. The worst...
Did he harm...
Matthew...
The Spanish flu may be the worst disease mankind has ever...
You don't understand. I didn't know he was so sick. I didn't realize the gravity of his situation.
As harsh as this...
I never...
Doctor yourself. Is this why you feel so guilty for not saving your sick husband?
No, I am not. But I still need to blame someone for Matthew's death. And who else, if not his wife, who did not see it coming?
I'm a physician. One of the best in the country. But I was unable to save my own sister, Mary. She died in my arms.
Why tell me this? Is it supposed to make me feel better?
No. But I wanted you to know that you have done nothing wrong. Unlike me.
May I...
You could say she was also killed by a terrible disease.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Dr. Reed. Maybe it's time we start to rebuild our lives, you and I.
You should go home.
I think you're right. Cemeteries are for the dead, for they need some...
Thank you for your company, Xiao Shun.
Maybe I'll see you again in Whitechapel.
Goodbye for now.
You know you can trust me. Why have you not spoken to me?
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony. Avery, I leave you to care for my mother. I'm in no state to comfort her. Mother, why have you come here? This is proving far worse than I imagined. My mother would die if she were to see me in this state. I must wait.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
She was a good person. Vibrant, full of life. She was kindness incarnate, my Mary.
You're a good person, Jonathan. And a young Ekon. A newborn cast into the night without so much as a candle to guide your way.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
How is it possible? Tell me. Is it so easy to take a life every night, and then just smile and nod at those you spared?
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You've felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
You may be right.
Of course. I've stared upon this world for centuries, and time has taught me to deal with guilt, if not erase it.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Elise!
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest, as you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
It was an accident. A terrible, terrible accident.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
I wish I could forget all this.
You, my
my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What would you like her to know?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all.
Good evening, Doctor. It appeared...
Goodbye.
Remember your vows, friend! We have to stop it! Bloody leech! Over there! There's one of them vermin! Die, vermin!
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth.
You. I remember you.
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me. Made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Riddles and rhymes. You took my life. Now you insult my mind.
Be stilled, my child. I bring understanding.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
We are our city's final hope. Our order walk this earth, not before you. God protect us. You've got a leech in the heart.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened? The hospital is chaotic.
Of course.
You mentioned
she.
You want to restore peace in the hospital again.
I know this place means something to you. I have no...
You need to know you...
I do.
Please then.
Sean
So
Exactly.
Do you really believe they would come for us here? In such a public venue? Very well. Since I brought